Well, hi guys. Welcome to LibreX. Hope everyone's having a good day. I really am not. Sorry, I've been a little MIA the past day or two. You guys know, my grandpa's in the hospital, so I've been literally having to drive 3 hours a day, hour and a half there, hour and a half back, and then spending time with him. Obviously, it's not looking good. Basically, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time talking about it, but yeah, he's not looking good. So I'm trying to fit in as much as I can. Like, it's like 12:30 right now. I just got back I don't know, an hour ago. I had to take a shower. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fitting in what I can. My apologies. There's just a lot going on right now. It's very mentally and physically draining, to say the least. But I figured I need to put something out for you guys, and I need some music, like I really do. So we're going back to Kate, since this is the first time since we did a whole month for her, which I'll link up there if you want to go watch it. This is going to be Pull Out the Pin and Leave It Open from The Dreaming, courtesy of our patron Tommy D. I think so. I appreciate you, Tommy. Thank you very much. So yeah, we did a couple songs from this album. I don't remember exactly which ones were from this one. Get Out of My House. Oh, it was such a good song. Night of the Swallow, The Dreaming. Oh yeah, those were all so good. And they Sat in Your Lap too. Maybe there's one other. But yeah, we did a whole month for Kate, and we featured a few of her albums, and she is so good, dude. I love her. So let's go. Sorry, I'm talking too much. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are not. There you go. All right, Pull Out the Pin. Kate Bush. 3, 2, 1, go. I picked this because I figured it would be healing in some way.
Just as we hit the green, I've never been so happy to be alive. Only 7 miles behind, you could smell the chant, smell of the frontline survival. With my silver glitter and my silver bullet, you learn to ride the earth when you're living on your belly and the enemy is city birth. Who need radar? We use scent. They stink off the worst, stink off sweat, stink off the and bamboo out of the Yankee hash. With my silver bullet and my silver bullet,
pulling on the pin.
pull out, pull out,
Whoa.
Pulling on the pin. Oh, oh, oh.
just one thing, me or him.
Pull out the pin.
Just one thing,
Whose voice is that? It sounds familiar.
Pull out the pin.
just one thing.
Is that who I think it is? It is. It's David Gilmour. I knew it. I knew his voice. I was like, I know him.
I've seen them cut for me. I'll check your teardrops, then I'll pop him what he won't see. He's big and pink and not like me. He sees no light. He sees no reason for the fighting. With my silver bullet and my silver bullet, I had not seen his face till I've only
That piano's
faced
been
away.
sick.
Unbeknown to my parade, I look in American eyes. I see little life, I see little wife. You strike a light once someone in me. With my silver bullet, my silver bullet.
That makes sense with the cover now.
Pulling on the pin.
With the vampire. Silver bullet.
Pulling on the pin. Oh, oh, oh,
Just one thing, me or him.
I love that yell.
Just one thing, me or him.
pull out the pin.
Just one thing, me or him.
guitar sounds so cool. So does that yell. I love it so much. I love life. It really does sound like a dream. That's so trippy. It does. I don't know how to explain it, but it does, you know? Damn, David. She creates atmospheres and textures so well. What the fuck, bro? I love her so much, man. The soundscape is just intense, dude. There's so much going on. It's so full of life, literally. Leave it open.
With my ego in my gut, my loving mouth would wash it down. I keep it. My door is never locked. Don't want to you try to come cocking. I keep it. My eyes would clean them dust. Things that decay, things that rust. Leave it open.
Whoa.
Persecuted, I have to get cleaned.
I love her voice, bro.
I kept it in the cage, watched it weeping, but I made it stay.
It sounds like his voice in this one too, but it wasn't listed for this one. I love how they pick the intensity up, man. That's great. Wow. Ooh, I love that. Bum, bum, pop. Oh, it's so good. That snare was great. Leave it open. What? it really is like a dream because it's like half of it is understandable and half of it isn't at points. You know what I mean? Like she does that so well. When she's going for like a thematic sort of approach, I guess, like overall with the sound, man, like she does a really good job. Like she's very creative and intelligent. Obviously she's a superstar. But like even past that, even past that, oh my God, Kate Bush, like if you really listen to that, like there's so much going on. It's crazy. Like there's not a second that's not moving. There's always some form of motion within the music itself. Be it the piano for the first song at least, be it the guitar, the vocals, whatever it may be, it's always moving forward in some fashion. And man, David Gilmour's vocals in that, like I immediately was like, I knew it. Because I know that he pops up randomly on her stuff because, we covered her for a whole month basically straight. So I've heard a lot of her stuff, and no, obviously not even close to all of it or even probably half of it. But I heard a lot of the hits basically from each album, and I'm guessing these are some deeper cuts from this album. And I really enjoyed both of those. Like I said, she's really good at using the synthetic and the natural, sort of, I don't know, sound and like meshing it together and making these full on like constructs basically of like sound. And it really does fit the dreaming sort of technique, or not technique, the dreaming theme, you know what I mean? Because especially the ending of that last song, it sounded like she was like a tape loop going backwards basically of her vocals, but it wasn't though, because you could understand like the first syllable of each word, but then the other half was like completely indecipherable. So it is kind of like a dream, even though I don't really dream anymore. I remember dreams. Ain't that some shit? I don't know what causes it. I wonder if it's like the cell phones or whatever, because I really don't dream anymore, like being like honest, or like I do, but I don't remember them at all, like in the slightest. And I used to lucid dream, so like I used to be like really on point with that, but nowadays it's just darkness. Ain't that some shit, right? I hate that. I wish let me out of this flesh prison for once. Damn. But you know what I mean. That she just fits the themes very well, like with the synthetic and the natural sort of normal instrument sounds. And she stretches things to like their breaking point at points with like the intensity. Like it'll kind of be just humming along doing its thing, but then the intensity ratchets up like bam, out of nowhere the transition happens in that second song and it hits you like a wave. You're like, whoa, where did that come from? Then you hear that snare and that kick, and oh my God, you feel that in your chest, bro. So good. I love it. And no matter what, I know when I listen to her music that I'm gonna have a good time and have something to talk about afterwards, because it's always interesting. And I don't know exactly what the full concept of this album is, but I've heard like 3/4 of it now, so I guess I should be able to put it together. It looks like there's some form of like vampire or werewolf or something on the front cover, and then she mentioned silver bullets in the first song, so you can put that correlation together, obviously. But I don't really know. Like, is she having like multiple dreams, or is it just like one long dream? Is it even a concept album about dreams? I don't know, but I bet I could check real quick. Hold on, let me just take a look. Okay, so it peaked at number 3, initially certified silver. It didn't actually sell very well at first. There's 5 singles, though, including The Dreaming, Sat in Your Lap, There Goes a Tenor, Suspended Gaffa, Night of the Swallow. Such a good song. But this album has now been included on literally every top 500, top 100 list ever. That's what it says right here. I'm trying to see what it says. The John Kelly for... She made extensive use of the Fairlight CMI digital sampling synthesizer, which she had first used on the album Never Forever. She also collaborated with a variety of engineers, including Nick Launay, who had previously worked with artists such as Public Image Limited, who I just got introduced to recently, actually, and Phil Collins. Sat in Your Lap was the first demo after she attended a Stevie Wonder concert. Oh, very interesting. See, like, I'm just trying to find, I don't know. Okay, alright, so she said the Sat in Your Lap came out pretty quick, but the rest of the album, she actually kind of suffered writer's block, apparently. Over the summer of 1981, she worked on the album at Abbey Road Studios, as well as working with Irish folk bands Planksteady and the Chieftains. Oh, I've listened to the Chieftains before. That's funny. In Dublin. She decided to take a break from the album in the latter part of 81, resume works in the early parts of 82. I hear that. And then Okay, here we go. Actually, so The Dreaming has been characterized as an experimental release. The album employs folk instruments such as mandolins, Uilleann pipes, didgeridoos, shifting time signatures and textures, polyrhythmic percussion, samples, and vocal loops. The songs draw inspiration from a variety of sources, including old crime films, a documentary about the war in Vietnam, which was Pull Out the Pin, apparently. Pull Out the Pin, grenade. Makes sense. There you go. In the plight of Indigenous Australians, which is The Dreaming, The Life of Harry Houdini, Stephen King's novel The Shining, which is Get Out of My House. Great song. That was so good. Interesting. Okay, so The Dreaming's disparate narratives frequently seem to be tropes for Bush's quest for artistic autonomy and the anxieties that accompany it. Barry Walters of Pitchfork described it. Interesting. I don't know. It felt like it didn't feel connected, you know. Now that I think about the other songs, like there really isn't like an overarching like, you know, through line, I feel like, other than the sound itself, it seems like. But she does such a wonderful job at employing it, you know, that it's just great, man. So I'll read the personnel list pretty quickly and I'll get out of here. So that was tracks 3 and tracks 5. So Bush, Kate on vocals, piano, Fairlight CMI, Yamaha CS80, and strings. That's a different track, never mind. Nope, no Patty Bush. Nope, no. Jimmy Bain was on bass for the second one. Preston Heyman on drums for the second one. Stuart Elliott on drums for the first one, I'm guessing. But it doesn't matter. That's not there. And then David Gilmour did backing vocals for the first track, and that's it. There's a lot of different engineers and stuff too. So obviously, once you hit the 80s, you know, I remember like reading some of like the lists, the liner notes for older albums, you know, and there's like 4 engineers or maybe 3, and then a producer, maybe, you know. Well, obviously there's a producer, but maybe 4, maybe 3. Now you get into the 80s and the 90s, and there's like 10 people attached to each album, to, you know, and that's because of changing technologies and, you know, the landscape of music and culture changing. But it's interesting, you know, that, you know, Kate was honestly at the threshold of all this stuff happening in the 80s. She was so ahead of her time that she was appreciated in her time, but then I guess time happened, but then she was reappreciated, you know, recently with Stranger Things over the past few years and stuff like that. And she got introduced to a whole new generation, including myself, you know, and I feel lucky. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you later.